Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Watch Review. If you watched my video last week or saw my Twitter, you'll see this is what I put up. And this is inside weeks for this week. I have not looked at these, so I have no idea how any of these have done. I don't know if I've traded any of these or not. I don't remember. I know we had some rough days this week with a lot of chops, so I was busy fighting that and didn't really focus on any of these. So while we're at it, we can just glance at these, but I'm going to do a month-end video on those. So let's take a look. The first one's HD. We had HD inside week up. Let's go to the weekly, and you see it it triggered and it took out target one. Actually went right to the top of the broadening formation. You'll see the broadening formation I drew from the top of this candle to the top of this candle. We actually came right up to it. The target was only about $1.60 away from the trigger, but it continued on. The high was $3.36 even. So you get about a little over $2, or actually a little over $4. Yeah, a little over $4 from the trigger, so that would have been a pretty good trade if you rode it to the top of the broadening formation. Even if you rode it to the target one, you still had $1.60 profit, which is pretty good on weekly options. So that one was a winner. Delta, we were looking at inside down. We did break that. We're gonna have to break this down a little bit lower time frame to see what happened here, because we broke it, but then we came back up above it. So let's take a look at the daily. You see on the daily right here, we were looking to break this low. This was Monday. We broke the low on Monday, came down, almost hit the target on Tuesday, popped right back up and closed above the trigger, and then open Wednesday back down, and we took out target one and almost got to target two. So this one, depending on what you did with your stop here, I'm going to guess if you played it smart, you probably would have moved your stop somewhere following maybe the 60-minute chart. Maybe moved your stop somewhere into here. So you probably would have got stopped back out when it came back up, but you still would have made money. I guess I'd call this one a winner. I hate to say it wasn't a strong winner, because it did come right back up, back to your entry. You really were never down on it. If you entered right here, you came back to here, so you weren't really down much. But again, you probably would have moved your stops. So that's Delta. NVDA, we were looking at, let's get back to the weekly, a break above this inside candle. We broke it. We took out target one and target two. Got close to target three. Target three was a over $10 move. Target one was a $5.50 move, $5.60, something like that. Target two was $4.80 move. So really nice targets there. So NVIDIA was a definite winner. We can break that down to the daily also. We were looking for a break above this. We broke it here, came up. Now you may have got stopped out on this play here on Tuesday. In fact, if you're smart about it, you would have stopped out here. You could have jumped back in here and rode it up. I don't know if I'd call this one a winner or not because of this Tuesday candle. I know most people would have stopped out. At a minimum, you would have stopped out right here. But I would hope that you would have stopped out somewhere, maybe right here, break below this open, Monday's open, because that would have made the weekly go red. So I would have hoped you would have stopped out here. Again, you could have jumped back in here when it popped back up. That's kind of a judgment call on whether or not you want to trade it that way. But then it went and took out the first two targets after that. XOP never did trigger, so that was a no play. And then let's take a look at the monthlies. Even though the month isn't up yet, just to see what happened, see how they're looking. We haven't triggered on U.S. Steel yet. Alcoa's triggered. It's still holding above that trigger. It's at the top of the broadening formation. Broadening formation was drawn off the weekly from this one to this one. It popped above it and came back down, so we're kind of right at the top of the broadening formation. So we'll have to see what they want to do next week, if they're going to continue to run it up or if it's going to pull back. Goldman Sachs, inside month up. Target 1 was up here, $8 away. It already took out target 1, blew right past target 1. So Goldman Sachs was already a winner this month. Wells Fargo, same here, blasted through the inside month and took out target 1 and target 2. And just for the heck of it, let's go down and look at the daily. We actually, yeah, you would have entered, let's see, this was the first day, trading day of the month. So you would have entered here. You may not have entered here. You may have waited till we closed above it, depending on your style. If you waited till we closed above it, you would have entered here, and then we gapped up and took off. But definitely an easy winner there. Take a look at Goldman Sachs again and see. Yeah, same thing. It popped above it, depending on whether you're looking for a close above it or what. You popped above it here, you probably would have stopped out. This one here, you may not have got back in because it gapped up over it. I would have hoped you wouldn't have held this all the way back to here. That's just not, even though it would have worked out for you, it's just not smart trading, holding that far of a pullback, especially on weeklies. That would have been, that's probably at least 50% pullback, 50% drawdown, which isn't good. And then, like I said, once it came up to here, you wouldn't have entered till it gapped up, and for me that wouldn't have been an entry. I probably would have entered here if I was following it and then stopped out. In fact, I may have got in this one. I don't remember, but you may have got in this one and stopped out, and at that point it's kind of a dead play. So I'm gonna, even though this one hit target 1, it wiped it out. It's still not really wasn't really a tradable setup the way it played out. And because we broke it here and pulled back, I'm going to say it's going to be a loser because, if you would have entered here, you would have stopped out before the end of the day. So that's all I have for this week's review. I'll run some scans, try to get a review out before Sunday evening, or preview for next week's watch list. I haven't scanned anything yet, but I'll take a look and hopefully get something out. Again, this was my watch list. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys made some money. Leave comments in there if it's working out, if you made money off them, whatever. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.